back with another video. Since we're closing up here to ending our first trimester and starting our second trimester, we thought that we would do a video showing you guys our first trimester must-haves and tips for IVF and FET. So I have a little list here so I can keep on track because there's just a couple stuff. First item doesn't mean it's the first item you should have. It's just, that's just the way it is. So the last one is not the least, the way you say that. Yeah. Little saying or whatever. So first that I have on here is puke bags. We bought a big pack of puke bags from Amazon. This is how they open. We had an incident where we were both going to work and she had to puke and she didn't know where to puke, and then she like threw up on a bag that she found in the car. I'm just like, we should probably get some of those because you're gonna be puking everywhere. So what we do is we keep one everywhere. We keep one in the bathroom, in the rooms, on our side table by the living room, and we keep one in every car, and then we also take one in our little bag to work. I don't want her running trying to get to the toilet because she can slip or fall or whatever. And there's been times where she's tried to make it to the bathroom just like walking fast and doesn't make it all the way there, and then good thing she has a bag with her where she could puke. So we haven't had to run into an incident where she's puked on the bed, she's puked on the floor. So I'm happy because of that. And when you're done, just wrap it up and just throw it away. It keeps the smell of puke away and it just makes it so much better. So that's highly recommended that you guys get yourself some puke bags. The next one is a heating pad, which looks like this. We got that at Walmart.
I want to say it was 10, 15 at the max, but I'm pretty sure it was 10.
We use this because if you've been through IVF or a frozen embryo transfer, you have to take a lot of progesterone shots, and those are the intramuscular shots that you have to take back here, and they're really painful. Like we're like, oh, we won't need this, and we didn't have this at first, and she was taking her shots. During the shot it didn't hurt as much, but the next day is when she was getting a lot of pain in that muscle area, and she was also getting a little bit of bruising. The shots are oil based, so I feel like if it's warm, the oil will be more loose and, you know, go in there smoother. But once we got this heating pad, it changed it all. Like, she didn't have that bad pains anymore, and she wasn't getting any more bruising. So I really recommend that you guys get a heating pad, and you want to put a little bit before you do the shot. You do the shot. Once you're done, you want to put this on there for like 10 to 15 minutes. Next, we have pre-filling injections for morning. This is a tip. We were taking the intramuscular shots for a long time, and it was always at the same time in the morning at 6. So even if it was the weekend, we still had to wake up at 6. You know, anything where we stayed up late, we still had to get up at that same time. So what really helped us is when we got home at night, if we got here late or whenever.
So we would get a new syringe, fill it up just like if we were going to do the medicine, like if we were going to do the shot at night. But the only difference is we don't do it at night. We have it all ready, so that way in the morning we don't have to worry about that. We can wake up, do the shot, go back to bed.
So on the side of where my nightstand is, like, because I would do it for her, she'd set the syringe that was already filled. She put the top on it, of course, so nothing crazy happens. Nothing was around the syringe, so it's not going to get pressed by accident. It was in my drawer. Everything around it was far away from it, so she'd have the syringe, the alcohol wipe, and then the gauze. Organizing bin for medicine. She actually got this organizing bin at Target. It was only $5, but it has 3 sections.
We can insert a picture of how it looks when we got it organized.
Yeah.
We put that on Instagram.
But there was like the mixing needles here, and then the injecting needles here, and then the syringes here. So all she had to do, it was all put out. We didn't have to dig through bags, dig through the box the medication came in. She would just pick what she needed, and after that toss it. So this really helped, and it will really help you because, you know, if you go through IVF or FET, you know that it requires a lot of medicine, so might as well organize it to make it easier for you. Cotton rounds instead of gauze pads. We got our first box of medicine. It came with gauze pads and alcohol wipes, and then each time that we kept refilling them, they were only giving us the alcohol wipes, so we had to go buy gauze pads, which for some reason at Target we couldn't find gauze pads.
Yeah, they were hard to find, and then when we finally did find them, they were really expensive. And they were really thick, and we're just doing one little shot.
It's like so thick and so big, like you don't need that much. So what I was doing, I was cutting them, but that was taking too much time, and they were also expensive, and then they were exposed. So what we did, using these cotton rounds, it has 100 of them, and it was only like $2, and they were always in here, and it's just like a round. and this was perfect for her shot. It's better to get these. They're cheaper, they work just fine, and
I honestly think they work better.
Yeah, they're way better. They work
They're
way
easier
better.
to use.
Gingins for nausea. So we've got these at Amazon. These helped her a lot. When you're going through your first trimester and you're having a lot of nausea, some things might help, and then later on they're not gonna help anymore and you have to try something else. That's just the way it is. It's like unpredictable, but these help for the most part, but it was like mostly at the end of it that it didn't help anymore. They have the chewy ones too, but she wanted the hard candy ones because she doesn't do chewy stuff. Yeah, she doesn't do ginger tea. She doesn't like tea, so this was the best way to just get the ginger in there, and it really helped her from puking all over the place. Unsalted saltine crackers. We have some here that she had open. So there's a couple of things that she kept on the side of her nightstand, which were really important. When you're going through your first trimester, you're gonna wake up and then want to throw up right then and there if you're having a bad first trimester. If you just wake up, lay down, just wait a second, have some saltine crackers, let them sit down in your belly, and then you slowly get up. You shouldn't have a problem throwing up. It's helped her. Hopefully it helps you guys. So she would keep the saltine crackers. She would also keep this thing of nuts, which she already went through. It has almonds, and it had like walnuts and all kinds of stuff like that. We got it at Target. This helped a lot. It also helped at work when she was getting hungry, like through the breaks and stuff, because being hungry also made her want to throw up. So having the saltine crackers helped. Having the nuts really helped. And what also really helped her was granola bars. I don't know if it was because of the oats.
These are my favorite.
We got the chocolate chip ones, and those helped her when we were at work as well. She always started feeling really sick when she got hungry. So we wanted to keep her from not being hungry. And they also suggest not to be hungry, like to make sure that you
always have something in your belly.
Yeah. And then water bottle. That's another thing she always had by her nightstand, is a thing of water, because she'd wake up super thirsty. Like when she first got pregnant, she was so thirsty. We always have a lot of water when we're at work. So yeah, a lot of water is gonna help you not be sick, and it's good for you because you need to stay hydrated. It's gonna make you pee a lot, especially since your ACG level is super high. It's gonna make you pee a lot anyways, but it's good to stay hydrated. It's good for the baby.
Yep.
It's good for you.
Everything she said.
And then another thing is, when she first got pregnant, she was really hot, especially at night. She was like a heater. What we did to solve the problem was a huge fan, which whenever she just gets hot, we just turn it on the lowest setting and she sleeps like an angel, which is the next thing. Make sure you get all your sleep. There's a baby growing inside of you and it's taking a lot of your energy, so get all your sleep, and that way you can go on with your day. First trimester, like the first weeks, you're gonna get really tired, so make sure that you're getting your sleep, because if you don't, you're gonna regret it.
For me, like if I didn't get enough sleep the night before, the next day was like what I would call a bad day. Like I would be so tired, I'd have massive headaches, I'd be getting sick all day, I'd want to nap the whole next day. It was just not good. But then if I got enough sleep the next day, I'd be like, all right, let's go. Let's do this.
She'd throw up here and there because she was still going through like this morning sickness, but it wasn't as bad as when she didn't get her sleep. So make sure you get your sleep. It says keep medicine in a nightstand for easy access. Well, she's been taking the prenatals for a while now, so we kept all the vitamins and stuff like that in the kitchen. When we got our lunch ready for work, there was a cabinet there where we got it easily. But we found out that she could no longer take her prenatals in the morning because they were making her really sick. So she had to change her routine and take her prenatals at night. So it really helped her to keep her medicine and prenatals by her nightstand, so that way in case she forgets at night or she's getting ready for bed, they're there, her water is there, so she can have that. So she takes her prenatals and she takes any medicine. Like she was taking the baby aspirin at the time. It also just helped her, because if you need to take medicine at night, might as well have it there. And if you're about to go to bed, you see the water, oh, I need to take my medicine. So it really helped her remind herself.
Yeah, because there have been nights, especially being tired, like I'm laying down, I'm ready to go to sleep, and then I open my eyes and I see my prenatals right there, and I'm like, I almost forgot to take those.
A tip for when you're doing the progesterone shot, that when you give the shot, once you take the syringe out, you want to do it kind of fast, because if you're like her and you're taking the baby aspirin, that is a blood thinner, so if it's gonna bleed, it's gonna bleed a lot. When I was first doing it, I didn't want to press on it because I knew it hurt her. It says it's better for you to massage it. So right when I took the shot out, I put the cotton round and then I massaged around. Make sure you push pressure and you massage. It'll help it a lot, so that way she doesn't bruise up. And then after that, you put the heating pad. So that's another tip for you guys if you guys are doing the intramuscular shots. A lavender oil diffuser. So we have this next to our bed. We got this little tiny one. In here it has like a little, it's like a cotton pad that you put the oil on, and then the button that you press, it diffuses the oil. And we used lavender because it helped her sleep and it helped her keep calm and not stressed out as much. So I really recommend that you guys use the lavender. And also lavender and the scent mint help you from throwing up.
It's a lot of trial and error for the first trimester also.
Yeah.
You find something that works at the beginning and then it stops working. And then you find something else that works, and then you find something else that works better. You just kind of have to go with it during the trimester and see what works best.
Our next tip is if for some reason you're having a horrible time where you're throwing up way too much, it might be a good idea to take vitamin B6. It helps you with your nausea, and that way so you can keep some food down. But the downside of vitamin B6 is that it makes you extremely sleepy. You're already feeling really sleepy during this time. So I don't know if that's something that you can do. Maybe if you're a stay-at-home mom you can, but I know for her we had to go to work, so it didn't really help, and she didn't want to be sleeping all the time. And then there's this other tip, is eat what you can stomach. So at first we're like, with IVF you want to eat healthy so that way your embryos are really good, and then after that you want to eat really healthy so that you embryo implants, and then you want to eat really healthy because baby's developing. But if you are not eating and you're like losing weight because you're throwing up so much and you can't keep anything down, just eat what you can stomach. So if you can't eat a sandwich or a salad and you can eat a cookie, eat that cookie, because it's better to eat that cookie than to not be able to eat anything at all. If you're eating something and you keep throwing it up and then you try to eat chicken nuggets, eat the chicken nuggets, and if they're not making you sick. Like, don't worry too much about, oh, I have to eat healthy, I have to eat this. If you're losing weight, it's really bad for the baby, and that's when they're gonna have to, like, you know, take extreme measures and take the vitamin B6 so that way you can, you know, have food in your stomach, and that way you're not losing too much weight. If you lose a little bit of weight because you're throwing up, it's fine, but like if you're losing a lot of weight, yeah, you're gonna have to go talk to your doctor, and they're probably gonna recommend you take vitamin B6 to help you out. Don't worry too much about if it's healthy or not. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I know for me, I had a little bit of McDonald's fries because that was one of the few things. If I was feeling sick, I had some fries and I'm like, all right, I ate them, I'm good. Like, they stayed in my stomach. I think I lived off of PB&J at first. Like, that was the best thing that I could have.
Because like I would make food at home and then we'd eat it and it'd be fine, and then we're in the middle of eating it and she'd like slow down, and later on she'd be puking it out. There's times when she even had McDonald's fries again because we knew it worked and she puked them out. Just play around with what you can eat, and if it ends up being something that you know is like not healthy or it's a snack, just don't beat yourself up about it. Just have it as long as you can keep it down. That's it. That's what we have on our list.
I do have to say, it does get better after the first trimester. In a couple days, I'm technically considered into my second trimester, and I already feel a whole lot better. I can already eat a whole lot more, not throwing up nearly as much occasionally, which, I mean, it's just gonna happen, but it does get better. Just stick through it. It'll all be worth it in the end.
Make sure you guys are taking really good care of yourself. Make sure you guys are drinking a lot of water. I hope you guys liked our tips and tricks. Hopefully they help you guys out. And if you guys have any questions, please comment down below. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!